All right, everyone. That's so Slim Jim here. So I'm making a follow-up video because I went to the ER earlier today. Started getting sick later last week. Figured whatever, everything going on. Who knows? Better to self-quarantine and be safe. Now I'm what they consider an essential worker. Saw in a previous video, but I work with people. I go around to gas stations a lot. I have to stop and do stuff for my job. So I figured, fuck it, if I'm sick, and if this is for some reason there's any possibility that it is as bad as there's any possibility of it being, worst comes to worst, I take a little time off work. I can afford to do so. Yeah, it's gonna hurt me financially, but it's not gonna break me. I can live with taking, a couple $1,000 pay cut if need be for a little bit. So I did it, and starting Friday night, Saturday, I started getting a little tightness in the chest. Whatever. You can get that with colds and stuff, but Saturday started getting worse. Did a little bit of physical activity, and it took me like 5 minutes to catch my breath. And it's not normal. I mean, I'm a fat guy, but I'm for being a fat dude, I'm in pretty good shape for being a fat guy. So that was a little out of the normal. That's kind of like getting in the okay, upper respiratory infection, pneumonia phase. And I figured it's not a good thing to do. And with the timeline of what they're saying for infection, I'm like, okay, fuck it. I might have this goddamn thing after all. Better to go to the doctors. They know more than I do. They're looking on Wikipedia and online and CDC and stuff like that. Because, the internet, there's so much false information and correct information and worst case information. So I'd rather have a doctor tell me what to do. VA didn't take care of me, so I went to my local hospital. They did. Well, I tested negative for the flu. I tested negative for streptococcus. I tested negative for pneumonia. So they basically said, hey, it's not anything that would cause any of your symptoms. This wouldn't be a cold, so most likely you have it. But we can't test you for it because we're saving the few tests we have for people who are in much worse condition. And I said, that's understandable. I'm not going to, demand you give me a test that you have a limited number of. So that way you can test me and not someone who might have a life-threatening, the 6% of it. I mean, the place was a goddamn ghost town. There's no one in there. But in case someone does come in, I don't want to be that dickwad to be like, no, you need to give it to me. So I called back and I, wanted a little clarification as I was leaving. And they're pretty much like, yeah, well, that means that that's a nice way of saying, yeah, you have it, but we can't confirm that you have it because we can't test you for it, but you have all the symptoms. I mean, it's their way of diagnosing and saying, hey, dude, go home. Don't fucking go out. You'll be fine. And, now it's not negatively affecting me horribly other than financially. I'm around my family, so I got to make sure that they're not going to get sick. If they do get sick, I can take care of them. Statistically, they're not really at that much harm because, they're all in good shape. No one's young, no one's old, no one has any major pre-existing medical conditions. In fact, none of them have any pre-existing medical conditions other than, unless you consider my kids to be assholes. But I'm in my closet now because I don't want my kids to hear this because I already kind of explained to them how it's a form of the flu. It's a different way and how it, started off in bats and how, a lot of people are freaking out because it's new and, they understand why people are doing what they're doing, why people are afraid of it because it's something that's different. So they have a base understanding of it. But now it's fine because it's like, hey, I don't want to say I have it because they didn't do the test. And I know a lot of people are going to probably be responding going, well, if you didn't get the test, you didn't have it. But at the same time, I had doctors say, yeah, you pretty much got it, guy. So I really don't know what to say on that. You can get shot, see a bullet hole, and hey, you got shot. Did you do a test to see if you got shot? I don't fucking know, dude, I guess. They stuck a finger in it and say, yeah, there's a fucking hole there. Maybe you just got hit by something blunt. I don't know. So anyways, I'm dealing with it now, I guess. It's really not horrible. It started off as a cold. Started off with itchy throat. I actually had some digestional problems at first. It may have just been my diet, though. I ate a lot of gas station food, being on the road a lot, so it's hard to tell. I also suffer from migraines, head migraines for a while. Then obviously you got another pretty good concussion to my head down there in Olmos Park, so I didn't make anything any better. So I pretty much have a headache all the time now. It's the severity of it, so it's hard to tell if is this just a slightly worse headache than normal, or is this something to do with it? And the biggest weird part is I don't have a fever. believe it or not, my fever's been low. I tested my fever a few times and it was like 90, high 96s, low 97s. Other times it'll be 98.6. Today it was like 99.1, 99.2. So it's not really in the fever zone. I don't have a fever, but I'm, it's that, then a scratchy throat, mucus, some coughing, and not like hard coughing, just like some random dry coughing, a little bit of sneezing. It is what you would think of a mild cold. I had that, when the symptoms first started up. At that point, I'm like, I'm not seeing anyone, Hey, I want to come do stuff. No, sorry, dude, can't do it. I'm pretty much out of the loop. I had done a little business right before it happened. After that, I'm like, good thing you guys came in when you did, because I'm out. Of course, boss is pissed off. He wants me back, but whatever. So I've been stuck at home other than going to the hospital today. It's been almost a week since I've been stuck at home. Thank you, Netflix. Cooped up, whatever. Got enough food, got enough water, got enough everything we need. Luckily, I'm kind of a prepper, so you can't see it, but I'm looking at cases of MRE sitting right here in my closet. So we want to say we're not going to run out of food. Kids may not like what we have, but we're going to have food. If need be, I got friends in the area that I can, cash app them or PayPal them some money, and they just leave milk and bread at the front door for me, so no problem. But so like I said, I'm 5-6 days in now. I started getting a little bit of a tight chestness, respiratory issues at like day 4, day 5. And now I'm a little higher, and now I'm starting to get, where I walk upstairs, it's hard to breathe. I got to catch my breath, getting dizziness, starting to get a little more scratchiness of the throat. So I guess this is a diary of a possible COVID patient. I don't fucking know, man. Call it what you want. Like I said, it's hard to decipher. I don't know if doctors are trying to be nice to me and like, oh, yeah, well, let's not scare the big guy. He might tackle us, or what exactly it is. So that's what I'm going with. Like I said, I can't get tested because VA won't see me. The hospital that does see me won't do the testing. I'm not driving to San Antonio to go through one of the drive-through testing. That's for damn sure. Because I have to stop for gas and not stop, and do this and do that. Just expose more people if I do have it. So it's just an idiot move to make. So shit. That's it. Got questions, comments? Leave it in the section.